Hey you guys, it's Alan and Mo here with Love on Purpose, and we want you guys to download the app Dominion TV. Now, listen, in order for you guys to watch us, make sure you download that app. We're on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Don't miss it.
Hey guys, it's Alan and Mo here, founders of Love on Purpose. We want to encourage you to follow us on all social media platforms. Listen, we're on Facebook at Love on Purpose TV show. We're on Instagram at Love LUV on Purpose. And we're on YouTube at Love on Purpose. You can also contact us at request@alanandmo.com. And then visit our website at alanandmo.com.
Hey guys, we have Alan and Mo here from Love on Purpose.
Hey guys.
From our new home. Yay! I know, right? New home at Dominion Studios.
Yeah, listen, that's exciting.
It is.
Listen, we are here. You know, when we began doing Love on Purpose, we said we always wanted to bring as much value to you guys as possible.
Right.
So Monique and I decided, well, you know, Love on Purpose is going well. You guys seem to be enjoying it. So we want to bring it to Dominion Studios.
Yes.
And we're excited about that.
We are very excited about that. So on this week's episode, we're going to talk about exactly what Love on Purpose is and why we actually chose to do Love on Purpose.
Listen, I love this. First off, we know you and I both are passionate about the singleness, that kind of thing.
Right.
But a lot of people don't understand why we actually started Love on Purpose.
Right.
So in your estimation, you know, before we begin talking and that kind of thing, of course, after we begin, you know, talking, or as the elder people say, courting, as we begin to court, right? What would you say made you think, well, you know, I want to take this relationship a little bit different?
Well, before we started talking, I mean, I had stuff in place, and that's
Correct.
because of all of the previous relationships I had been through. So I was like, you know, whatever relationship that I get into next, it was going to be intentional.
Correct.
It was very intentional. I had non-negotiables in place, all that good stuff, which we'll get into later. But with that, I just kind of knew I needed to take this serious.
Yeah. And I think because of that, that allowed us to be able to see so much more in each other.
Right.
You know, beyond just you know, the emotion
Yes.
of love. So really, what Love on Purpose really is it's a how-to on mastering your singleness. Right. We want to get to a place where we can help you guys,
Yeah.
not just through things that we learned since we've been together,
Right.
but adding the past experiences, you know,
all of the past experience.
right? And I mean, you can look, you know, virtually anywhere, and you're going to find some marriage class, some, you know, something, some marriage ministry,
Right.
something along those lines. But one thing that you and I were passionate about
Right.
were adding value to singles.
Yes.
Because I mean, that isn't always the easiest thing to do. And then two, sometimes people get singleness taken out of context.
Right. I feel like, of course, Love on Purpose, we've got the purpose fanatic here, so we had to put purpose in there
It
somewhere.
has to be purposeful, right? Right?
So that name, of course, he came up with because he's the purpose fanatic. So
I think too, you were really engaged with it as well because like you said, you had some things set in place already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I remember one of our first conversations. It wasn't our first, it was probably our third date.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going on it, and you were like, listen, one thing that I want to make sure that I have, no, you asked me, what's some things that you want to make sure you have done before you're married?
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, I kind of talked through, not knowing that you had all bases loaded. So I was like, you know, what about you? And then you were like, okay, I'm glad you asked. you were like, listen, okay, I want to have this done. I want to have this done. And most of those things you're operating in now.
yeah.
And
Definitely.
and I think it was critical because that wasn't just love by accident, right?
No.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
That was I feel like that was love on purpose. You had a purpose, you had a sense of purpose
Yeah.
before entering a serious relationship.
Right.
What'd you say?
Yeah, definitely. And I want to just kind of piggyback off of that. So whenever we did have that conversation,
Right.
Again, I already had all this stuff in my head, but I had these things that I wanted to accomplish before we actually got married. I mean, because when we started talking, of course, we did a whole lot of stuff in the beginning, but I wanted to have these things done just because even though I'm your wife, or I will be your wife, of course, very soon.
Yeah. So that's the interesting thing. So we're, by the time you guys see this, we'll be married.
We'll be married.
Right. We're technically engaged now, but by the time you guys see this, we'll be married.
We'll be married.
That's amazing.
I'll be Miss Williams, but I wanted to get, I know, right? I wanted to get done with this stuff prior to us getting married, and not so much just because it's what I wanted by myself, but I wanted these things because before I went into the marriage, I wanted him to know that, you know, I'm your wife. I'm going to follow whatever you need me to do. But me personally, I just feel like I needed to get these things done so I wouldn't just come in behind. And by that time, because of course I'm supposed to serve you as your wife, but by that time, I'm still working on myself, and I can't work on you.
Listen. That was a mic drop moment. That was a mic drop moment. I mean, so many people need to hear that, men and women.
Right.
Because we get to the place where it's like, man, we just fall in love, which we know we might need to do a whole episode about that.
No.
Don't fall in love. But we get to the place where we just fall in love, and we never intently work on the things that we really have in our heart.
Yeah.
So therefore, purpose is kind of slid to the back end. Right. You know, purpose is kind of slid to the back end, and it's kind of like, okay, let me follow suit to whatever's going.
You're right. Exactly.
But we know if there's seasons in a relationship, sometimes whatever you have could be going in that direction, and then sometimes whatever I have might be, you know, on top. But we won't know that until both of us are operating in our purpose. So really, guys, our main goal is to really provide a space that we can come and help, you know, shed some light on, what do I do while I'm still single?
Right.
You know what I mean? What do I do? Like, how am I working on myself, developing myself, you know, while I'm still single, and I'm not just here scrolling and looking for the next Mr. Right. You know what I mean?
That's good.
looking for the next woman of my life, you know, going to the gym, working out, doing this, and just like, okay, she's just gonna pop up off of my physical appearance. It's more than that.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
more than that. And you know, it was interesting because when we met,
Mm-hmm.
we weren't necessarily, okay, I got to be careful when I say this. So we met, we weren't necessarily attracted to each other. I think I was how can you not be attracted?
Whatever.
But I'll say this. I'll say this. Like, I was operating in what I felt like I was called to do, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we met, it wasn't just a jaw dropping, like, oh my God, like I gotta get her. Like that wasn't my first, you know, thing.
Right.
And so for you, I don't even think I was relevant at the time.
Oh my gosh.
But no. But when we met, it wasn't that, oh my gosh, like, you know, like I'm in love with her, that kind of thing. Like it was more so, hey, I like what this person's doing, you know, like I like what she's doing, and I respect that. So there was a level of respect first,
Right.
you know.
That's good.
And so, but you have to be confident in your singleness
Yes.
to be able to do that.
Definitely.
What would you say? Like, I mean, like as far as you know, meeting people, you know, dating per se, like the confidence that you have to have about yourself.
So, of course, by the time that I met him, and of course, some people might take this out of context, but if you would say you weren't my type, but by the time that I met him, I was so in tune with what I wanted and who I was.
That's good.
You know, I had already had that self-confidence in myself, like, you know, these are the things that I know I want in a relationship, and if this person can't provide it, then I'm gonna keep on moving.
Correct.
So by that time, I didn't want anything to do with anybody.
That's right. She did.
Like anybody.
She did.
So whenever I met him, it was more so a brother in Christ instead of.
See what I had to go through?
I know.
See that?
Right. But I just wasn't looking for anybody because I was so
know.
stuck on, you know, moving in my purpose. But back to what you were saying, you know, by the time that we got together, just kind of working on, I'm trying to think through it, but just trying to work on like myself. And who I was or whatever. Again, I didn't want anything to do with anybody.
Right. She didn't, and I respected that too. And like by the time I reached out to you, which we might talk about that a little bit later, but by the time I reached out to you though, it like it wasn't on a hey, like let me take you out either.
Right,
you know what I mean? It was more so on like connecting, because you were operating at that level and I was as well. So really purpose really drove us to each other.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing with Love on Purpose. It's not operating or not focusing on the love parts per se, but focusing on the purpose, who you are, who you were created to be, and then operating in that, going in that, and you're going to be attracted to like-minded individuals.
Absolutely.
And so, but as a single, that can be difficult. That can be difficult.
Right.
It can be hard to say, hey, listen, how can I just ignore the fact that I'm lonely?
Very.
You know? And
Very
that's
hard.
what we want to do with this show.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We want to provide a space for people to come and get insight, get, thoughtful insight on what can I do to master my singleness. So guys, we're excited. Listen, we are excited about this season. We're excited to have you here. And more so, we're excited to see you live a life of purpose and live a life of loving on purpose. So whether you're single, whether you are in a relationship but not yet engaged, whether you're engaged, newly married, listen, we want to be your support. So again, we're in Dominion Studios. It's home here. We're going to be back next week, right?
Next week
we'll be right back, back here, same place, same time. Remember guys, if you haven't already, like the video, share the video. If you haven't, download the Dominion TV app. We're there live every Thursday at 7 o'clock. So guys, you have anything else?
I don't have anything else for this one.
All right, we'll see you guys next week on Love on Purpose.
Bye guys. Hey you guys, it's Alan and Mo here with Love on Purpose, and we want you guys to download the app Dominion TV. Now, listen, in order for you guys to watch us, make sure you download that app. We're on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Don't miss it.
Hey guys, it's Alan and Mo here, founders of Love on Purpose. We want to encourage you to follow us on all social media platforms. Listen, we're on Facebook at Love on Purpose TV show. We're on Instagram at Love LUV on Purpose. And we're on YouTube at Love on Purpose. You can also contact us at request@alanandmo.com. And then visit our website at alanandmo.com.